Critical race theory is simply Marxist critique theory applied to race. It is cynical, toxic, and nihilistic to the point that it erodes and destroys civic nationalism in the body politic. It is not that hard to speculate that this was a fifth column Marxist plot to overturn the Union, if not for the fact that we do need to have this conversation at all. I propose to you that maybe if you're seeing this, that we have to do our best to not cede the conversation to race hustlers like Nicole Hannah Jones of the 1619 Project, Ibrahim X of How to Be an Anti-Racist fame, as if anybody could prove a negative, and Robin DiAngelo of White Fragility. We have to have this conversation to pull the power away from the hucksters and the charlatans. Or else, because we're going to have this conversation no matter what. And point of fact, this is the only generation that has the technology or the ability to have this conversation at all. And I don't believe that Americans are evil. It's not hard to explain how someone's grandfather being harassed by the police to the point that he was incarcerated falsely led to his father being jaded, leading to the son being a career criminal. Racism, simply put, is a consolidation of wealth towards one race. It is a power play. And we should be able to talk to each other about how that power play affected African Americans throughout the years. So, I propose a simple compromise. If you're talking to someone about critical race theory, understand who you're talking to. He might not be ready to embrace the tautology of negative influences and pernicious elements that his family history might have caused. He might need a safe word. It'd be like, no, that's not me. You might have to respect his protests as to why he's not as toxic as 1950s men, and you might need to walk away from that conversation until that person is ready to have it again. On the other side, you might have to be able to tell an African-American radical to, look, back away from the table. It's not that serious. It's okay to understand how racism has affected you, but you cannot keep reading the big book of evil things white people have done. It's going to make you hate the ground you walk on. So, know who you're talking to, all right? Respect who you're talking to. Understand, give them enough credit to understand a more centrist position. Be a devil's advocate, because at best, we could be helped by understanding. Just simple, plain, seeing the humanity in one side would help the conversation so much more than decrees that not teaching your kid critical race theory is child abuse, or demagoguery, or portraying your countrymen to be some kind of nefarious villain. We could do better than what we have done before. We could, because that's all we're really looking for is understanding, right? Am I right? That's just some food for thought. One more thing. If you don't understand the importance of critical race theory, just understand that racism was one thing, but Martin Luther King was shot when he was talking about money. When it came time to really discuss the haves versus the have-not, that's when they decided to kill the man. And like I said, we could all benefit from having a deep introspection of what race means to you and what race means to your fellow countrymen. It's your boy Black Privilege signing out.